Hello and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast. This is your hosts, Brandon and Sarah.
Hi.
What's on for today?
Well, I think we've talked before about the beloved British radio show, Cabin Pressure.
Cabin Pressure with Thursday
from Endeavour, the Endeavour series, which is the prequel to the Inspector Morse series.
Yes.
His name is Roger Allam.
Roger Allam. And with Benjamin Clumberbanch.
I'm sorry, I did that thing again. Oh, I'm the horrible person. Benedict Cumberbatch.
I'm the horrible
Is that what I said?
person. I think so.
I'm the only one.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I thought you were burping.
No.
Okay. And I forget the other names. The guy who wrote it, is it John Finnemore? All right, let me look it up really quick. Shit!
His name is Morris in the show, right?
No, it's Arthur. So Roger Allam plays Douglas, the first officer. Benedict Cumberbatch plays Martin, the captain, and he's always reminding everyone that he is the captain.
He's very insecure.
And then the owner and CEO of the airline that has one airplane. What is it?
MJN Air.
I think it's NJN because she explains not your jet, or wait, shit, I forget, because like she got it in the divorce with her husband.
Oh yeah. That's why she called it that?
Yeah.
That's
not
funny.
Your jet, but it's MJN. I don't remember. Anyway, I can't find out where all the characters are. How do I find? So she's the.
Well, it might be. It might be My Jet Now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my lord.
And her ex-husband wanted to take the plane and rename it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a funny show.
Her name in the show is Carolyn, but what the fuck is her real name? And
she's very posh.
Yeah, she played Doc Martin's aunt in the first series, or maybe two series of Doc Martin. And then, spoiler alert,
Doc Martin?
They killed her off in the show, or she just died. Like, they didn't kill her off. She died.
Is it about boots?
No. It's about a fancy doctor, played by Martin Clunes, who, for some reason, ends up going back to, I think it's called Port Wyn in the show, and I forget what it's actually called in England. I've been there. It's a pretty cool little town. I had, what do you call it? Cream tea with scones and clotted cream.
What is?
I think that's what it is you have tea with scones and clotted cream, which I still need to. That's what I wanted to get from Cost Plus is clotted cream.
I have not had clotted cream.
Which sounds disgusting because you think of like a blood clot or something, but it's like I just describe it as like a mix between like whipped cream and butter, kind of like slightly sweeter butter. And like maybe not as soft. It depends. Oh, I think it's so good. It's good with jam on scones, but it's also just good by itself because it's just a lovely little texture and
anytime I've ever
taste.
had a scone, it's tasted like the driest thing on earth.
Yeah, you needed clotted cream. That's why. Anyway, I can't remember that lady's name. But Stephanie Cole. Damn it. Stephanie Cole, and then John Finnemore writes it, and he plays her dopey son Arthur, and it's just fucking fantastic. It's so funny.
It's a really good show.
Yeah. So where was my point? Yeah, you should check it out. I bought it on Google Play. I think there's also some on not Audacity, Audible.
You were talking about where you got the idea for this game.
Holy shit. So the two guys, Benedict. Okay, Martin and Douglas are always playing like dumb games in the cockpit.
Mm-hmm. Pilot and co-pilot.
They call it the cockpit there, but anyway. And so they're always playing these dumb games, and one of the games,
the pit where the cocks are located.
Yes, they're playing a game of celebrity names that sound evil, even though they're not. Well, some of them might be debatable, but I just thought it was like a funny idea.
What are some of the names they came up with?
Russell Crowe was one I remember, and I can't remember the other ones, but I was like, yeah, I get that. I just thought it would be fun to do that.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where it ended.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1. You go.
Oh, me? So I just looked up a bunch of celebrity names because I can't think of that many. But Nicolas Cage came up.
Oh, that's a good one.
He just sounds like, he should be in prison. You know what I mean? Like he's like a monster. Like he'll eat your face unless he's in a cage.
Whoa.
Which, he might need to be in a cage for other reasons. Not that I advocate putting crazy people in cages, but, maybe a padded cell.
He is pretty crazy. I mean, the only way I know he's crazy is from Cox and Crendor's podcast, where they actually have an animated version, too, where he is just buying up all kinds of shit.
Like a bunch of, dinosaur bones, right?
He owes the tax man, apparently. I don't know if he still does, but he became indebted to the tax man.
Tax person?
Tax person.
I'm just kidding. Tax man is way better. I just wanted to shame you. For your non-PC-ness.
Thank you for doing that.
If I don't, someone else will.
It's true. It's true. I'm okay with it. Okay. So he buys, I think he bought 25 homes, a castle, a haunted house, a shark.
A shark?
Yeah, a shark.
Can you buy a shark?
An octopus, 2 albino cobras. What else? Bunch of jewelry, dinosaur skulls, shrunken heads. I mean, he just apparently went crazy buying a bunch of shit.
Can be addictive, I guess.
I'm just glad he's putting his money to a good cause.
Which cause is
himself.
That? Good one. Weird. Okay, well, enough said about him.
But I don't know if he's ever, maybe he has donated or something or, done some good. I don't know.
Come on.
I didn't look into that.
If he owes money to the tax man, I don't know.
He probably isn't.
He ain't making any donations.
Yeah. And why do you need 25 houses? What are you going to do with those 25 houses and a castle and a haunted house? So you have 26 houses.
You need one for every day of the month.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to stay at all those places? Are you renting them out? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
What? Why? So yeah, Nick Cage is a good one. I think because he's maybe slightly evil.
When you know their background, it helps. You lose your neutrality. You go, oh, that's definitely an evil or crazy name.
Yeah, like Hitler. It's like, okay, there's a name.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd call him a celebrity, but
famous or infamous.
Yeah.
I think he fits into that.
Okay.
People know him.
They sure do. They should. If they don't, you've been in a bunker for ever.
Hitler, who's that? Do you like my impression of a person who doesn't know who Hitler is?
Good. I did like it.
I really, put myself into the role.
You did. You're like a method actor.
I am very committed to my craft.
Yeah, I like that about you.
So what's the next?
It's
name?
your turn.
Oh, so I thought that, and this is probably just my ignorance coming through, and also I think I maybe have a fear of long words or long names. His name is Vichai Srivadanaprabha, and it just sounds kind of evil, maybe because it's a long name.
Who is he?
He, not ironically, he was a very good guy, apparently.
That's ironic, isn't it?
Isn't it ironic?
That's the opposite of what we're saying his name sounds like. Yeah.
His last name, I guess in Thai, means light of progressive glory.
And how do you say his name?
Vichai Srivadanaprabha.
I shouldn't be asking you how you say his name.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Russian name.
Yeah, that's what I was until kind of the middle. And then, yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Is he an actor?
He owned a soccer team. He was a billionaire. I guess he donated a lot and helped a lot with charities.
A true philanthropist.
Yeah, supposedly he was a very good guy. And he kind of recently died. I think it was 2014 in a helicopter crash.
Oh, that's horrible.
Him and his partner, I believe.
That's horrible.
Yeah, everybody in the helicopter died.
Oh my gosh.
Why do people fly helicopters?
They are pretty cool, but
They are just death machines.
yeah.
I mean, Kobe,
Yeah.
and, I have a friend that would fly helicopters that...
Died?
No, he was in a crash, though.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to say names.
Sure,
but,
sure.
I mean,
Okay.
man, they're so flimsy and fragile just up in the air. Yeah, so that's my one guy.
You found one?
No, I
Okay, for this round.
Yeah, for this round, you
Okay.
go. You go.
Okay. I thought Lana Del Rey sounded kind of evil. Like
Lana Del Rey.
she actually, so a lot of the names that I was looking at, there were people that wasn't their given name. Like they changed their name.
By the way, I hope we don't come off as xenophobic just because some of these names are foreign.
So that was pretty much you. I feel like you're covering your ass.
But I think it could definitely be a thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Lana Del Rey it doesn't sound evil to me.
Well, it's not her given name. Like, I think she's like a white English. Is she English or American? She might be American. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
She's a white girl. Anyway, but I think she wanted to change the name so it maybe sounded like Ray of Sunshine or some. I think she said it.
But
she
she
wanted it
spells
to
it
evoke like
R-E-Y.
beach or something. I don't know. Which I guess it's spelled differently, but I think of like, stingray or like, which, rays are cool and they're like
Right.
gentle, but one of them also killed Steve Irwin, right? So like dangerous, sleek,
Yeah.
like I just thought like, oh yeah, that could be like a villainous.
I think
name.
it depends on just person to person, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Cage is obvious. Nicolas Cage.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, who's caged?
He could have been born in a cage, like, or he was like a
Born? I
rescue
don't think
animal.
you can be born in a cage.
You can if your mom's in that cage.
That's true.
Like, how big's the cage?
Okay,
You made
true.
an assumption.
I imagined a woman
Like a crate?
birthing a small cage with a baby in it.
Oh!
That's why I was like,
yeah, no.
I don't think that's possible.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
She would be ruined. No. So I just feel like the way that it flows, Lana Del Rey, just could be like a Bond, chick.
Villain?
Or like a femme fatale,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also kind of cool in a way
Yeah,
because
for
of
sure.
that.
It could kind of go either way. You could be a villain or you could just be like a badass,
Yeah.
female.
I feel that.
Yeah. What you got?
What have I got?
Beat that.
I've got Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Oh, yeah. How did I not think of that?
Wolfgang.
Yeah. Why
Which-
is that a...
Apparently, in German,
Mm-hmm.
means path of the wolf. It doesn't mean gang of wolves.
Yeah, I kind of
Wolves.
figured. I mean, it's not an English name.
That's true. But wolf
Interesting.
means wolf.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though. My dad had or has this little werewolf stuffed animal, little werewolf plushie, who we call Wolfie. Because, I think his, wife called him Wolfie. Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Because at least in the movie Amadeus, I think at the end, maybe when he dies or something, she's screaming his name and calling him, oh, Wolfie. So we call my dad's little werewolf guy Wolfie.
That movie was
Wolfie.
crazy.
I didn't watch it.
I watched it a bunch of times.
What? Really?
We
Why?
owned it.
But it's from the 80s.
Yeah. It was on VHS.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy and
Oh. Just because your
intense.
age and your age difference with me is and I haven't seen it.
I was little when I watched it, but I watched it a bunch of times. You know how when you were
You only
little and
have a
I was
few
little,
movies? Yeah.
we just had this small collection of VHS tapes.
Yeah.
We had the orange Ren and Stimpy VHS tapes, which were beloved to me.
Right.
They were my favorite thing to watch. And Pete's Dragon, which there was one scene that was really good.
Oh, yeah? Which one's that?
He was eating an apple or something, the dragon,
Okay.
and he made some dumb sound. And I just thought it was hilarious.
That's
Yes.
funny.
Cool story, right?
Uh-huh.
Cool
No,
story.
It's good. You were a kid. I wouldn't mock the kid version of you for that.
And we had The Little Mermaid, I think.
That's funny. The one with the
Which-
penis on the cover?
Possibly.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure in that time frame.
Well, I don't know. They may have changed it by that time because I think they released it with that, but then maybe people were like, what the fuck is this shit?
What the fuck is this shit? We had Peter Pan and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which is partly why I hate that movie today. Because just too many viewings. And I forget what else. Little Mermaid came along later and filled out the collection a bit more, but...
Oh, did you ever watch that Wolf movie? Gosh, Pete and the Wolf something.
Peter and the Wolf?
Peter and the Wolf? Is that the name of the movie?
I have no idea. I think that's like a story.
It was...
Like a classic kind of story.
Yeah.
Was it... What happened? Who was in it?
It was just this scary wolf movie, cartoon, with this little kid and a wolf. I don't remember it very, very well, but...
I think it's like a classic, like, maybe fairy tale, but also maybe like adapted into an opera or a symphony or something like that. And then they probably just made like a cheap cartoon of it.
There were a lot of freaky cartoons back in the day.
They were
like
allowed
Little
to star
Nemo.
us. Which one's Little Nemo?
Little Nemo was the one where he rides a bed in his dream or something, and there's like a freaky clown guy, and
Oh.
Yeah, there were some weird cartoons back then. And Ren and Stimpy, of course.
Yeah, really disturbing. Well, I think of like Watership Down and All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah.
I think like the Don Bluth movies were a bit more edgy or something. Like it was All Dogs Go to Heaven was like so traumatic, and yet my sister and I would still watch it because that was one of the few movies we had. I forgot about that. And it was just like so upsetting. Watership Down was at least adapted from a book that was already, like an allegory or a allegory, some kind of metaphor for communism, or I don't know, maybe that was Animal Farm. But anyway,
what was that mouse movie
so
too?
upsetting.
Something of Nim.
Secret of Nim. Yeah.
Secret of Nim. That one was freaky.
That is freaky. Yeah, kind of in that vein and in that time frame, like pretty heavy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty horrible, but really good.
Really good, but
yeah. I feel like they can't do that anymore.
No.
The golden age of traumatic cartoons, feature-length cartoons.
And children's shows and stuff have kind of become crazy in a really dumb way. I don't know if they come out with cartoons like that anymore. It's just like inappropriate or something nowadays.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Are you saying they're more inappropriate now or less?
Less.
Like watered down, kind of?
Yeah.
Or something? Mm-hmm. Baby proof?
Yeah. Which may be a good thing.
Maybe. Is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn.
Oh.
I think. I did Wolfgang, Amadeus, Mozart. And also, it's just a long name, which scares me, apparently.
This is an easy one, partly because he changed his name, Vin Diesel.
I mean, Mozart's not a long name.
Yeah, no, I think we understood. And Mozart's not the, like, evil part. It's the Wolfgang part.
Yeah.
So.
And Amadeus. Also, I think Amadeus just makes me think of that movie.
Yeah. I think of Homer singing Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
And all I remember from the movie is the guy getting his throat slit.
Who?
Somebody gets their throat slit. Oh, spoiler. How old is that movie? But that's what I remember from my childhood.
I was saving it for
him
my
getting his
50th
throat
birthday.
slit. Just like, wow, I am a child watching this.
And then I'm going to watch it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, okay. It was one of the
There was nothing else
VHSs.
to do. I couldn't go play outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
There were Blockbusters too back then, so.
Yeah. But you couldn't just walk down to the corner. I mean, where was the nearest Blockbuster to you?
Far away.
Well, you had the video store over by the Quickie Mart, over by the post office.
That's true.
So, get your ass over there. Take a walk. But you didn't have any pocket change, did you? Any pocket money?
A little bit, but I don't think enough to rent anything.
You'd rather spend it on candy anyway, probably. At that age.
Yep.
I know I would.
You knew me. You know who I was.
Vin Diesel, which is an easy one because he changed his name from something else, like Mark something, to Vin Diesel.
But that doesn't really sound evil to me, because like Vincent, which just sounds like a
You're not supposed to think of it that way. You're not supposed to think of the extended version.
No offense to anyone named Vincent, but if your name's Vincent, it's I mean, it's kind of like a
Oh, that's a good one. Vincent
proper
Price.
sounding
That's what
name.
I should have. Vincent Price. And he looks evil, partly.
But it's like such a proper sounding name. Vincent.
It sounds kind of evil, though. Vincent. Fetch me the... I don't know.
Is Vincent your henchman? So
Maybe.
Vincent is the henchman to
Vincent
the evil?
takes the place of Igor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fetch me the body-dissolving chemicals to dissolve this body. I don't fucking
To
know.
dissolve this body.
So anyway, because Vin Diesel's so easy, how about Brad Pitt? He's the Pitts. I don't know if that sounds evil or just like, man, it sucks to be stuck with him. You know? Or it makes you think of, I just ate this peach. Now my hands are sticky. Where am I going to get rid of this Pitt?
Huh.
What do you think? I think his name isn't, it's like something Brad Pitt. Like his first name was like...
Brad just makes me think of the
Something
people I
else.
know named Brad.
I know him named Brad.
So it doesn't conjure up any kind of evil. I guess Pitt could, but
No, I'm definitely
Pitt
not.
just makes me think of armpits or
Oh,
or
yeah.
leg
I didn't
pits.
think about that. Yeah, no. I thought it was obvious that the Brad part wasn't the one I had the issue with.
Okay.
Not at all. Brad's a great name.
Are you
But
being
Pitt-
sarcastic?
It's because I'm talking to Brad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Man, you're ruining it.
All right.
Yeah. Armpit. Yeah. What do you got?
That's Mick Jagger.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Jagger. It makes me think of like jagged,
Yeah,
which
for sure.
is something you don't want to have rub up against you ever.
Or a Mick Jagger. Which I imagine there was a lot of that.
That's good.
Somebody get this Mick Jagger off of me.
Wow.
Off from rubbing up against me.
Is he the one that did the video with Bowie?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they show like the full video on an episode of Family Guy, and it's like, oh my god, so painful.
I feel bad for them, for Mick and Bowie.
Well,
Mick
Bowie's
and David.
dead, so he doesn't have to think about that travesty anymore.
I know, but when that came out on Family Guy, they were like, "Oh man, why are you bringing that
Or
up?"
they were like fucking
It's-
royalties.
it's like-
Yeah.
It's like 30 years old, or however.
It was like the 80s, right? I mean, like the worst time in musical and fashion history.
when you grow so much in 30 fucking years.
Yeah. Well, but definitely I'm sure he...
It's like, let's see what you did 30 years ago, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. But I think also if Bowie looked back at like Ziggy Stardust, it was like groundbreaking, gender bending, like,
Yeah.
that thing I said already, groundbreaking, new, edgy, adventurous, like, that video, Dancing in the Street. Oh God, it's just like shameful,
Shameful.
I'm glad that I think a lot of pictures of me and my family from the 80s have disappeared or been burned in a fire, perhaps by my mom. I don't know.
The styles back then.
Just, yeah. Some of them are kind of cool, but
Most
not
of
many.
them were just over the top, big hair,
Or like mullets. I think I had like a girl mullet,
giant glasses,
Yeah. Yeah. Giant glasses, giant hair, a lot of perms.
shoulder
I had
pads.
multiple perms.
Yeah.
Even in the 80s, I hated shoulder pads. Or the 90s, I think they really were like also still, I don't know, in like blazers and stuff and
yeah,
like dresses.
pantsuits and
Yeah,
and the
pantsuits.
colors.
I had a
of
really
the
nice
pantsuits.
pantsuit that I graduated in from 8th grade.
Oh yeah, they have shoulder pads.
Hey, I'll show you the picture. I looked pretty snazzy. I think I was a bit
snazzy.
I think I was a bit not edgy. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like, all the girls had like dresses and like my mom convinced me to get this kind of cool pantsuit and I think it looked pretty good. I think I looked real grown up. I'll show you.
That looked real grown
Hey, I
up.
did.
Okay.
But I don't think it had shoulder pads or they were like subtle shoulder pads. Because anything else, I would say, Mom, I'm not fucking getting this. Because shoulder pads, like, stop trying to slip these past me in like the changing room. Or I said, I'll get this, but I'm cutting the shoulder pads out as soon as we get home.
Yeah.
They're just awful.
Oh, and bracelets, like 100 million bracelets.
Yeah, I never had that.
That was a
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably wanted them, but I didn't have them. Ugh.
The 80s. So what do you have?
Why isn't it your turn?
No, I think I
So
said
you
Mick
got
Jagger.
Oh, sorry. I already forgot.
Unbelievable.
Okay, here's an easy one.
What do
Charlie
you have?
Sheen.
Forgetful Fran. I'm sorry. That little face you made.
I was trying to think of a comeback. My face was the cover for it, but I'm just going to continue to be sad because I got nothing. Charlie Sheen. Evil
Charlie
incarnate.
Sheen.
And again, this is one of the ones where because kind of like Russell Crowe is on my list just from the show, just from the Cabin Pressure, because it's like, because his antics.
Well, is Charlie Sheen evil, or has he kind of just lost his mind?
I think he was always kind of a dick. I think they said he was at least like misogynistic. I read up a little bit on each of these people, but also with some of them, like could be conflicting reports. But Charlie Sheen, he might be evil. And just Charlie's like a good name. Like it could be like, oh, your buddy, like a cool guy. Obviously, I liked it for my Charlie, but
or Charlie
it can
is
also be like
what they used for the Viet Cong, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they call them Charlie?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
It was like a code word or something.
Mm-hmm. But he could be like a little bit of like a dodgy character as well, And Sheen, I don't know. He's got like a oily sheen on him, because he's oily. Can't be trusted. Like you
Sheen
touch
can
him
be
and
a good thing though, right? There's like a nice sheen on that car or something. Nice waxy sheen. Sure. I guess it's just
I think of it as being like when there's like oil on something, and oil typically, at least with regard to people, is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like an oily back, an oily, hairy back.
I meant more like personality. Like they make you feel oily. Like you come into contact with them and you're like, oh, I feel dirty. I feel greasy.
I haven't felt that before.
Speaking of Charlie. Hey. Freaking interrupting our awesome show here. What you got?
So that's all I had for evil names. I couldn't really think of any, or I couldn't really find any names that were evil.
Okay,
and even the ones I found are like questionable,
Okay.
And I feel bad about.
Just read them off. Why don't you just read them off? Unless you really.
No, the rest I just have are good names.
Oh, okay. Well, what about like we talked about like the opposite?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, do you want me to finish my list I'll just run down the list.
Yeah.
So I got Sandra Bullock because it almost sounds like bollocks, but like maybe she's just like a bully,
like Sandy Bullocks.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland. Also could just make you think of a milk substitute.
Yogurt drink.
Yeah, but it sounds kind of cool.
Sutherland.
Like, Kiefer Sutherland. Tommy Lee Jones, but I think also he looks kind of mean, even though I think he's like an attractive guy or was when he was younger.
Lee.
But,
is he the guy that gave Pam Anderson hepatitis C?
No, that's Tommy Lee, her ex.
Oh, Tommy Lee Jones was in Men in Black.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Aha. I understand a thing now.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
Yes.
Christian Bale. I don't know. Like, Christian is, could be nice depending on. But Bale, I feel like, is like.
Like a hay bale? Or like Bale is to leave?
Oh, yeah. I guess I was kind of thinking. So I read this series. I think it's in the Wheel of Time. Because I looked it up and I was like, why do I keep thinking of this phrase balefire? And in that series, it was like a power that like these kind of sorcerer people had. And like, it's really more powerful than like regular fire. So I think that I have in my head, but I think I'm also getting confused with like Bane, but it's Bale.
You might be thinking of Bale as like, Bale I think is like a demon. And I learned that from Diablo.
Yeah.
There's
it's like a generic.
There's a game series called Diablo, and in Diablo 2, there is an enemy called Bale, who's like the above all, I guess, villain.
Okay.
And it's like a biblical evil name, I think, Bale, but it's Baal.
Oh, not Baeal? E-A-L?
Baeal? E-I-E-I-O? No, it's Baal.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Apparently.
Interesting.
According to the video game series Diablo.
Which is the ultimate authority on demons and wizards and things like that.
Yes, very much so.
I also got Emma Stone. So, she's got a heart of stone. I thought this was a really good one, which I didn't think of, and his name popped up. Harvey Keitel. There's something about, like, I think because it kind of reminds
Sounds
me
like
of
a
the
spy name or
word.
something.
It reminds me of the word cartel a little bit. Harvey Keitel. And then Jennifer Jason Leigh always sounded like it's the cool. I don't know if like evil, but it just sounded kind of cool. Like she's a bit of a badass. Maybe because the middle is Jason and she's a girl. I don't know.
Jennifer Jason
Leigh. But, you know, like I think also because maybe like serial killers have triple barrel. Is that what you call them? You
Triple
know,
barrel?
three names.
Like who?
Famous killers. John Wilkes Booth. John Wayne Gacy. Just like they always say their full name. So maybe, not that I'm saying they're cool, but evil. You know, so maybe in my head I kind of equated that.
Interesting.
Isn't it though?
Yes.
What do you have for like dorky or like harmless kind of names?
Dorky?
Oh, sorry. Do we not want to call them that? The anti-evil.
I have a good name. Fanny Blankers Cohen.
That's not a real name.
It's a real name. Well, her name, you know, obviously is Fran, right? No.
Didn't you just say Fanny?
Fanny. Fanny is
Fanny's
a nickname.
like a full name, isn't it?
Fanny is a nickname for something that I failed to write down. So
in England, it means your crotch, your vagina.
Oh, yeah. And in America, it means your bung.
Or just your butt. I feel like when you say bung, it makes me think of the actual hole.
No, that's bung hole.
I know, but I just don't like...
She was known as the Flying Housewife. She was a runner. She ran in the Olympics. She won 4 gold medals in the 1948 Summer Olympics.
Oh, and what's her full name?
Fanny Blankers Cohen.
It's so weird. It's like you can't remember her name, so you just say Blankers.
Fanny Blankers Cohen. That's like...
Fanny Blankers would just be awesome by itself.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, well. Too late now.
Just a friendly sounding name.
That's funny. Well, the one I always think of is Engelbert Humperdinck. Who I think he was like a singer, right? But it's not, unfortunately, it's not his given name. It's not his birth name or whatever.
Engelbert Humperdinck.
His given name is Arnold George Dorsey, which you can see why he changed it. You definitely don't forget.
Is that a joke?
Yeah. But he has an MBE, which, is that like a knighthood? Or, because you can have like an OBE or an MBE. I don't know if one of them is a knighthood or it's some other level along
Can you
those
look
lines.
it up?
Sure, I guess. I guess. Member of the Order of the British Empire. A British honor given to a person by the Queen for a special achievement. What does an MBE entitle you to? I think you get called... Oh, okay, here. I think you still maybe get called sir, or... What do they call females? Is it lady? I don't know.
And the Queen touches you with a blade.
And then accidentally slices you because she's a bit shaky, and at least you died with a title.
Oh, gosh. And at the hand of the Queen, of all people.
I guess that would be an honor, depending on how you feel about the royal family.
I mean, you'd probably be remembered. Who was that? Oh, that was the guy that was killed by the Queen.
Mm-hmm. What did he do?
It was an accident.
Okay, get on with who... Oh my gosh. Knight or Dame of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, GBE, KBE, or DBE. Oh my lord. I don't care enough.
How convoluted.
Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE. Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE.
Is this
Member
where...
of the Order of the British Empire, MBE.
Is this where...
oh yeah, Dame. That's what they call it. Dame
America
Judi
got
Dench.
its fucking bureaucratic crap from? Because holy crap.
I think it's just human nature.
I have a name here. Pele.
Is that his given name?
I'm not sure. It was just Pele, and that's all there was.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
the
like
famous
most
soccer
famous-
player?
Yeah.
Or football player? Brazilian?
Edson Arantes do Nascimento, known as Pele, is a Brazilian former professional footballer who played as a forward. Why did
Pele.
they call him that?
And a humanitarian.
Why did they call him that? Early life problem?
Oh, what does it mean? It means something. Hold on. I don't know if
I saw it a second ago.
His name
I
means
think.
that, but apparently it means a powerful volcano goddess. But I'm going to guess that
Oh.
his language, in his language, it means something else. Portuguese, right? Do they speak Portuguese in Brazil?
Yes. I was trying to see.
But yeah, he just goes by Pele. I expected a last name.
Well, Madonna doesn't have a last name. I mean, she did at one point, but...
Stage names are so strange to me. I mean, I guess I get it because it becomes memorable and it's like an appeal thing. Because especially if you have a generic name.
I thought you were going further with that.
That was it.
He was originally named Dico by his family. He received the nickname Pele. Jesus.
Pele.
During his school days, when it is claimed he was given it because of his pronunciation of the name of his favorite player, local Vasco da Gama goalkeeper Bale, which he misspoke, but the more he complained, the more it stuck. In his autobiography, he stated he had no idea what the name means, nor did his old friends. It's Hebrew for miracle, but he said there's no known meaning for the name in Portuguese. That's kind of tragic.
Huh.
But that's cool. I mean, you know, he's beloved.
Miracle.
Beloved. Yeah, that's funny.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
I always thought James Duhan was kind of a funny name.
Duhan.
He plays Scotty in Star Trek. But he's like Canadian, but that always sounded very Scottish to me.
He's Canadian-Irish, I think.
Duhan.
Duhan.
I guess maybe it sounds Irish. I don't know. I just thought it was
I think
like
he is Irish. I think we looked into it because I was like, his fake Scottish accent sounds very like Irish. And then you looked into it and it's like he was born to Irish parents.
Yeah, but I think more Canadian than anything. Like maybe he didn't even have an accent. I don't remember.
His parents may have had accents and that may have been where he was pulling.
Yeah. Paul Rudd I thought was just funny. You know,
Rudd.
the vampire Paul Rudd, the not aging.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
But it's just it brings to mind, you know, some like a simpleton, like Dud or something. I don't know.
Rudd.
You're just a Rudd. There's nothing. Just Paul Rudd. Is that okay? Like maybe what if he'd taken like a middle name?
Maybe he should have had a stage name.
Paul Augustus Rudd.
Augustus Rudd.
Paul Octavius Rudd. Some Roman kind of. What do you think? What do you got?
It's like a 180 from his middle name is kind of a 180 from his other names.
I think that's why it works.
Yeah.
And
like Bo. Have you ever met anybody named Bo?
like B-O or B-E-A-U?
B-O.
Oh. Bo, wasn't there a football player? There's Bo Derek. I think she spelled it B-O. Bo Bridges, that's spelled B-E-A-U. Who was the football player?
I don't know. Like American football?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know.
Gosh. I can't think of it, and I feel like if I try to search it and I just type B-O.
That's fine.
Wait, let me do it. Let me see. Bo
I liked when you...
Bo Jackson. Oh, no, baseball player. That can't be right.
I liked when you called my B.O. Bo.
You really liked that, I know.
Yeah, that was funny. Because I was really stinky one day, and you were like, oh, you got the bow.
No, you weren't really stinky to start, but it was hot. We were in the closet, and that was the armpit fart, the 8-minute armpit fart segment.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, it smells like Bo in here, and you nearly did a spit take. You nearly did a spit take.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. I thought he was football. Man, I can't
Bo
say
Jackson.
words. Andrew Garfield is my last kind of dorky name, only because of Garfield. And Garfield was a cool name or distinguished name before that dumb orange cat came along. Mm-hmm. But now, I don't know. I think it's a cool name. I like him as an actor. But you didn't even say the one that you came up with last night that made me laugh immediately.
Which one was that? I forgot it.
Bob's Burgers. Think of the actor from Bob's Burgers.
Oh, Eugene Merman.
Yeah.
Yeah. he has a good last name, Merman.
He kind of fits, his whole name kind of fits the way he looks and his voice, and I don't know.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Friendly, non-threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me think of the Bad Santa movie, Thurman Merman.
And who is that again?
He's the child.
Why is he named that?
Billy Bob's character, the Bad Santa, is like, Your name's Thurman Merman? It's a pretty good movie.
Okay. For someone who really doesn't like Billy Bob
I do
Thornton.
not like Billy Bob Thornton.
So it's weird that you're pushing this movie pretty hard.
I don't know. He's weird in a way that I don't like. Like he has I think he had like a rockabilly band. Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, he probably looks back on it now.
Was it really bad, or did you just not like it because you already didn't like him?
I thought it was bad.
Okay.
You guys should check it out and see what you think. Mm-hmm. He had a rockabilly band. I think he was on like
I keep
Conan.
thinking you're going to say he had a rocket ship.
No, he didn't have a rocket ship, as far as I knew. He had a rockabilly band on, and they played on Conan, I think, or Jay Leno, and it was just so bad. Yeah.
Okay. That's a funny name, Billy Bob Thornton. I guess it's kind of cool. I don't know.
I don't like Billy Bob.
It's the way you said it. I don't like Billy Bob.
If your name's Billy Bob, I'm sorry. I don't like your name.
Change it to Billy or Bob.
Billy, like what was my boss's name? Billy Joe? Isn't that like a woman's name for Billy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was her full name.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bad Billies. When I went there the first day.
It's funny because you didn't used to want to say the name on the show.
I don't care.
You've moved on enough.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you're untouchable now.
Well, when I first went to the shop, I was like surprised that she was a woman.
Yeah.
I expected a man because I've only known men named Bill or Billy.
Your world was so small.
It was
sexist.
Apparently.
I'm just kidding. Just like calling you sexist, but not meaning it. I feel like we were going to talk about something else or move on. I had a thought and I lost it.
I'm sorry.
So I guess that's a natural stopping point.
Okay.
Let us know your funny, stupid names or evil names or celebrity names.
What is your favorite name? What is your least favorite name?
There you go. And like, comment, subscribe, rate where you can. We would love that feedback and attention because we're starved. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.